I'll just show you this butternut squash plant again. It's only been a few days since we last looked at it, but it's surprising just how much plants grow. That's the butternut squash plant. And you can see that it's starting to put out more vines going in different directions. And we've been tying this plant up as it's been growing. Apart from that, it's now shot up to height of that bench and it's off on its way. Which is what we said we were going to do anyway. Either grow it across that bench or across top at greenhouse. And I think probably across bench is going to be a safer bet. But look how much that's grown in just a week or two. Crazy. It's amazing just how much faster things are starting to grow now. Not everything is going according to plan. I think every single week we come across some kind of a problem. And quite a lot of time as a gardener, it's not your fault. The weather causes more problems than enough. We're constant changing. It's been a lot cooler over the last few days and then all of a sudden it goes hot again. And plants react to that. So we'll just pop to other greenhouse and take a look. And that problem is happening in this greenhouse. We've got loads of red cabbages growing in here. All of them are now starting to form heads. And these heads are really solid. So we could harvest those as baby cabbages now if we want to. This one has got a bit of damage to it. Something's had a bit of a chew at those leaves. This one's perfectly fine. And that one is the next biggest so far. But if we move along to this one, that has got a lot of damage to it. And I've seen this happen before on cabbages, where they just split open because they're bolted basically. But this one looks like it's been eaten. It's no good now anyway, so it's going to have to come up. Well, the head just broke off that. I'll just peel all these back. I can't see any insects or anything in there. But that is very strange. I wonder what happened to that. It's either been attacked by pigeons or something that have just wandered into the greenhouse, or it's bolted. But why this one while all the others are perfectly fine? Sometimes when you're gardening you don't find an answer to that question. We've also got a couple of problems down this end of the garden as well. And it's the same thing I seem to get every year. And that's broccoli going to seed. It's just shot right up and flowered. So that plant's no good now. And over here, exactly the same thing. Look at the height of those plants. They're shot up and flowered, and that's a purple sprouting one as well. So once again they've got to come out, and it looks like that one is going to do the same as well. Meanwhile, that other bed that we set up is looking quite well. There's another cucumber plant in there. In fact, there's a couple that we've let grow up that wire shelf, and they're flowering, so there's cucumbers on the way from there. These were quite small plants that we put in just a couple of weeks ago, and they're all starting to come on now. Those are a few cauliflowers. We'll see how they get on. And then we've got some more of those cherry falls dwarf tomato plants in there, and they're all starting to get tomatoes on them. A couple of peppers next to them as well. But everything in this bed outside seems to be doing alright. We'll make sure we keep that net over as well. There we've got some more cabbages, quite close together those. We're just trying to get small cabbages from there. And that was the last bed that we set up with quite a few spring onions, beetroot and some resistor fly carrots. We only got 50% germination, but we still got something coming. And just before I go back up, I'll see if we've got any strawberries, because them birds, they're on them as soon as they see them. That one's still a little white. Got to check right down bottoms of these plants. It looks like they're all probably around a day away from harvesting, so we'll check back on these tomorrow. That potato plant's looking a bit sorry for its son. It needs some water, that's what's wrong with that. And they have forecast rain today, but I might just give it a bit anyway, just to pick it back up. As I was saying, not everything is going to work out for you all the time. You've got to take the rough with the smooth. But that is quite strange. For that cabbage to be like that. We have got lots of pigeons that roost in these trees behind us, but it's very rare you'll see one go into a greenhouse. So I think this one has bolted. It looks like it's split open all the way down that edge and then there. So there is a bit of a pattern to it. So the pigeons are quite welcome to that. It's no good to us. But the mystery is always why this one, while all the others in the exact same place, are perfectly alright. Let's not overthink it. Meanwhile, we've got a few bits and bobs that we can harvest. These have got to a good size now. That's beetroot that we're growing just to harvest salad leaves from, and we've got a couple of carrot tops growing in there as well. A little bonus. And I've also got some of this mixed French salad. Unfortunately, we had quite a bit of rain come, and then the sun came out. And because your plants are outside and you can't be there all the time, then they get scorched by sun and the leaves die back. So I think this container has reached a point now where we just need to pull out anything that's burnt and bad and just harvest all the rest. Just get a last little bit of something out of it. We've took about 4 harvests from this already, so there's no complaints there. And since it's shopping day this afternoon, I'm taking onions off that list as well as salad leaves, because these have been growing for quite a while. That one has completely gone over, and these two are at a point now where you could just push them and they'll just fall over anyway, like that. But they're not bad sized onions, and I only need 3 or 4, so I might as well harvest these ones. Maybe pick one out of that bath, because I've seen quite a big one in there as well. And then we don't have to buy any onions this week either. I don't think they're going to grow much bigger in this container anyway. But that's a perfectly good sized onion from a little container like that. In fact, it's more than good. Such a small space and a tiny amount of compost, and we come out with onions at this size, so that can go straight in fridge, and they'll keep for a while as well. One more. There we go, 3 decent little onions. When it comes to this, it's just a case of cut all lot off. We're going to have to pick through this, take all the bad bits out, obviously. But there's going to be a bit of something in there that we can use. These cut and come again salad containers don't last forever, but this has saved us on weeks of buying salad leaves, so there's no complaints from me. I am going to cut the entire thing down. Then I'm just going to pop that outside, and who knows, it might even grow back again. And then I'm going to take all these beet leaves as well. This has been harvested 2 or 3 times already, and they just keep regrowing. These aren't damaged either, so we're getting a lot of nice leaves from this. Get a nice bit of mixed salad there. Just get any small leaves out of there as well. We don't want them staying amongst all this and then starting to rot, because that's an invitation for those annoying slugs. So I try and make sure we don't leave anything behind. So we've took a nice little harvest, and that has still got more baby leaves growing in there, which is brilliant. It's all going to grow back again. So for the sake of a few minutes, we've got a nice bunch of mixed salad and 3 fresh homegrown onions. And we're still taking the odd cucumber. We've started harvesting cherry tomatoes as well now, and we know there's still a lot more to come as we go through summer. And although we lost that red cabbage, we've still got plenty to come. And what we'll do with those is we'll harvest them when they get a little bit bigger, before they decide to bolt, if that's what happened, and then we'll chop them and we'll freeze them, so we've got them available whenever we want them. If you're interested in seeing what else we sow, grow and harvest between now and end of season, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care.